What's going on, guys? Back with another one. So, this one, understanding monoracial gaslighting. I want to give a huge shout out for this stream to Mulatto Mindset and then also Lightskin Historian. There's a couple video clips that they uploaded recently, like with the past couple days, that I want to react to. Very important. One's of this Anglo female, monoracial white woman. The other one on Lightskin Historian's channel, it's of a Bantu male, okay, a monoracial black male. So I want to respond to a couple of these clips, try to do it the best I can in a timely manner, and analyze kind of their cross analyze, I guess, because the videos are uploaded by, the gentleman Mulatto Mindset. He already gave his analysis of it, right? And I love it. I love it. That's why I want to promote it even more. And I'll have the videos, posted in the description as well. And I'll tag their channel so you guys can check out their channels, their videos. I love their content. I support their content. So I just want to kind of add my thoughts, to their responses as well, in agreement with their responses, I might add. So let's check this video out. This one is titled "The Anglo Who Cried Wolf: Anti-Mulatto Rant." Yeah, and he tagged the channel of this lady here, Kylie Brewer. Okay, one of these hardcore social justice warriors, and I found on TikTok there's like a Chicana Torta who kind of fits the same profile as this lady, this Anglo you see on the screen, where this Chicana Torta is over in the TikTok spaces talking cash-ish on biracials with white moms, and like, who is this person? Why is this even like an issue for her? Because she's clicked up with the same type of left-leaning, you know, whole apparatus they got going on, the SJW type of stuff, and they would kind of want it. They look at us as having privilege. They look at us as light skin, number one, because it's intersectionality. A lot of them, the philosophies they uphold. So they look at us as number one, you're male. Okay, you have privilege. Number two, you're lighter skin. Number three, you're half white. You got a white mom. So, like, there's so many things that they don't like about us, and then they look at us as competition. Now, I'm saying it's these hardcore SJW types that are the ones who are positioning us to be problematic. So I say they. Remember, I'm not grouping all groups or whatever. I'm just saying it's a specific type of people who push that philosophy that and they're able to go unchecked until now that they got mulatto men with some balls, talking back, right? Because I was just surprised that the whole TikTok torta. It's like, why is she talking ish about biracials with white moms? Why didn't she just stay in her lane over there, wherever she belongs? I don't care. But it's like they feel comfortable putting a target on our back. Oh, it's those biracials, the white moms, and they're light skinned and they're racist and colorist and sassy. We're like, who are these people again? Where did they come from? Well, we found them. So let's analyze this. All right. So shout out to Mulatto Mindset for this video. It's a good one.
Chicago was going on a date with a light-skinned black man who was incredibly racist towards black people. And when I say racist, I mean like I could have been on a date with a KKK member, knowing damn well this man had darker skin. This man was raised by a white mom who would not let him get protective styles because it, quote, looked too ethnic. And she also had a
Okay, if he was raised by a white mom, shouldn't you have the energy for white women? But she wants to protect her white purity and her white status. So no, she's not going to, hold the white female accountable. She's going to throw all the dirt on the child that the white woman raised. And I agree with Mulatto Mindset. I believe this woman's just is a BS story, fake story she's making up to slander mulatto men. Because what she's doing, where she's blame shifting, what she's doing, you often find that with monoracial black people as well, where they'll say the biracial child has identity issues, or the biracial child is not intact with their black side. But it's like, well, where the hell was the black dad at? The black dad was absent. Oh, there you go. But see, they never put the blame on the monoracial black person. Oh no accountability there. They're just gonna go attack the mulatto, attack the mulatta. You see how they play that game, right? Blame shifting. So the same strategy that the monoracial black does, you see that with this female. She's saying this guy was raised by a white mom. End of story. You need to talk about the white woman. Okay, but no, you want to talk about the mulatto man, the damage his reputation, because you're competing with him for ladies. We already know what it is. This is, same sex attracted, LGBT, social justice warrior. You have these characters jumping up on social media and they're competing with the men for access to the ladies. This is why you see this slander campaign. This doesn't make any sense. What the hell is her problem? No one cares about her. But we're watching, we're noticing, we're noticing. That's the key thing.
Americana decor, which is basically just like black people as decorations around her house. Fucking nightmare fuel. We're on this date and he looks around and he goes, yeah, we don't want to be here too late. There's some really seedy people around here. And I looked in with my jaw just completely dropped. It was almost entirely black people at this event, which just
I think it's a lie. It's a fake story because I think Mulatto Mindset shared her like profile picture and she has an emoji of like the rainbow flag. So it's like she's bisexual, I guess. I don't know. Well, let's continue on. Because I'm saying that because she's talking about this situation that she was with this guy and how this biracial guy is so racist and stuff like that. And it doesn't sound believable. That's the thing, you know.
was a complete coincidence. It was my first time being on a date with somebody who was racist and was a person of color. So I was like, I don't agree. I feel safe. Like, I don't know why you would say something like that. And then he just started to get mad at me for like not seeing the true danger of the situation. The entire situation was really bizarre, and I ended up obviously not texting him again. But point being, white moms of mixed kids.
What was that right there? Is a Reddit. She says,
White moms of mixed kids are the true danger of the situation. The entire situation was
okay, growing together, knowing together, dynamics of interracial parenting of mixed race children. Okay.
really bizarre, and I ended up obviously not texting him again. But point being, white moms of mixed kids are really fucking these people up. Like,
you guys hear that? She's saying white moms of mixed kids are effing these people up. That is the same exact rhetoric that you see from another monoracial group, right? That tends to lean more left, tends to lean more in the kind of, uh, same-sex attraction, spectrum, right? Like I said, it's going back to the TikTok torta. It's on my Patreon. It's on my paid site. You guys want to check it out? Check out my Patreon. I'm actually having a Mulatto Friday sale the next 2 weeks. You can get a discount. And that's the thing. Like with this TikTok torta, who's on TikTok as well, where the same rhetoric, this whole white mom thing, like they're really pushing this. You just thought it was just black women you thought you had to worry about that was going to push this. Oh no, now you got the white chick talking about white moms, and now you got the torta talking about white moms. It's like, damn, everybody is hating the white mom biracial. You're privileged, you're racist, cool. But you'll never fucking stop us because we're growing. That's the best part about it. Let's continue on.
this is really sad for them to grow up with that sort of hatred of their own skin.
Welcome to the Mulatto Mindset, a place where mulattoes can get together in the darkest corners of the internet and talk about the scars that's been inflicted on us throughout society and throughout history and present day from the monoracial people. I am your host, the Mulatto Mindset. Today's video is the Anglo that cried wolf. This Anglo woman with this fake ass curated story meant to.
And I know, and I'm with him on that, man. I agree that the story just sounds so fugazi and fake. We got Vibes Tribes in the house. Shout out to you, bro. It says you believe it's the elites. Yeah, I mean they can sponsor a lot of these people. I don't look at it as conspiratorial as that. I think it's more so these opportunists. They see a trend, social media. They see a trend, and they jump on the trend, and they think it's kind of safe to jump on it and get some likes and follows, and but they don't think they're going to get pushback from it, and a lot of people, that's why they've been dogpiling, talking ish on mulattoes for years. But now they see these mulatto spaces popping up, people having content and creating content and channels and stuff, and pushing back against the rhetoric, and then they're definitely getting worried about that. But they didn't think you guys were gonna have the courage to have a voice and use it. And the guy here puts a preach. Shout out to you. Yeah, let's continue on.
Pander to blacks and put down the mulatto people, all while getting clicks and likes and comments and subscribes.
Yeah, it's all for engagement, right? That's it. That's all it is. Like, this is like the virtuous. She doesn't care. She gonna call out her racist family? Doubt it. No, because she's got to still show up with them on Thanksgiving. No, she's gonna make up a fake story, throw a mulatto man under the bus, for some clicks and likes. Pathetic. And it's funny because they say that about you guys. People are saying that about like Exoticals United. People are saying that she's making up these fake stories or she's stealing those stories from other people. That's what people are saying, you know. But then it's like, well, we see that if that's the case, well, then that could be true for this monoracial as well, could it? Yeah, it just doesn't add up.
See, the first hint that told me that this story was fake, faker than two bolted on titties on a white bitch from Malibu, was the fact that this is a big white woman. This is a pretty hefty white woman. And mulatto men don't typically date fat chicks. Number one. Mulatto men typically date thin chicks, especially if we date.
Is that Mindset? I think that's Mindset right there. Is that? I think that's him. That's his girl.
Mulatto men typically date
But
thin
she's
chicks,
repping.
especially if we date.
He's repping. Yeah, I mean, the fat chicks is what you do like to kind of get some numbers, right? Or you're bored or something. Yeah, I mean, it's not a fetish with mulatto men because you do have they call that, like a chubby chaser or something. You even have a niche within the corn. They have it's called like plump or something, or BBW plump, right? And I know Drake had a song and he said, "I like my girls BBW," but he was just basically pandering to black females. Let's be honest. He understands his market. He was pandering to them, to the fat chicks. So that's why he was like, "I like my girls BBW." No, he does. I mean, that's not the chicks he messes with. Drake. None of his chicks were his. You see him pictures with him with. None of them were BBW. So it's just music. Selling the kind of dream. But yeah, I agree with him that mulatto men. I don't really see them with like. I saw a mulatto couple the other day, and the mulatto man, he had kind of a belly, but his mulatto, it was his wife because they had a family. She was not BBW. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and there's a mulatto couple actually who works out at the gym that I go to, and they're working out together, and it's like, yeah, mulatto men don't usually chase BBWs. Like, there's a specific group of males who kind of have like a fetish for, like, as I said, the quote unquote plump ladies or BBW or voluptuous, whatever you want to say. And like, there's this, we all know, I don't have to even say it or utter it. We all know there's a kind of a specific group of guys who like their chicks with more meat on their bone, and it's not mulatto guys. Okay.
Date white women, we date outside of our race, we typically have pretty good options. So I don't know what this porker is talking about. I don't know any mulatto man that will be dating her, number one. Mulatto men don't date fat chicks. That's not one of our stereotypes. Let's be honest. Right? And this chick keeps saying, this guy was light skinned black and he was a person of color. And
in that he was raised by a white woman. So what was that, his white mom or something? Or like, what do you mean raised? Is it adopted? Like the details matter. So she's leaving that out because she's weaponizing the one drop rule to protect white purity. Because she can play all this POC and race card BS, but she still has a community she can go to where she's pedestalized and like protected and yeah, and she has like all the advantages. She's safeguarded. So she can dabble in with the POC, get a university job or whatever at a nonprofit and push this propaganda on social media and get paid engagement clicks. She can do that, but she can turn right around and go to her racist white family and Thanksgiving like nothing ever happened. It's a whole grift out here. If you have people like Tariq Nasheed and these other people grifting their own group, what the hell makes you think that that doesn't happen on the opposite spectrum? She can pretend she likes you, POC, and all this stuff, and then she's like just grifting off you, talking crap about straight mulatto men. Yeah, I don't buy this story.
if you look at her bio on TikTok, she's anti-racist. But she's literally describing this.
Okay, this is what I wanted to cover here. Yeah, shout out to him. I didn't even check her TikTok. Look at the followers, 140K. Now, right there, like I said, she said she went on a date with the mulatto man. But I saw this, I'm like, wait a second, queer? Okay, leftist, yeah, feminist. See, that's what I'm saying. We get it. SJW. We get it. She's competing with men for women. And she sees that this mulatto man has options. This mulatto man attracts a lot of women. She looks at that man as a threat. So she wants to devalue that man, slander his name, call him a racist, call that he was raised with trauma and blah, 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 to devalue him, to try to scare the other women from dealing with him. That's all that is. That's this like weird, like kind of leftist, LGBT mate guarding of heterosexual people. Look at her. She says right here, she's queer. That's the first thing. Not feminist, not leftist, not anti-racist. Anti-racist isn't the first thing in her bio. The first thing is what? The Q word. And she has a rainbow flag there at the end. An Ivy League, excuse me, Chicago Ivy League. So she's classically trained in academia. She's getting paid. I'm saying that these people don't get challenged enough. They come over here spreading propaganda, and I don't think you can see the rainbow flag because I got the what you call the banner. I apologize. There you go. You guys didn't see that. It says right there, Ivy League, and then Chicago, and then you see the rainbow flag, right? So all the signs are there, all the signals are there, of what we're dealing with here. That's why the story doesn't add up. You know, you don't even like the guy. You don't like the guy. You make up a fake story because you look at them as competition, right? It's so obvious. You're gonna run into all these people. They're trying to be crafty and they try to pretend like they're straight, and then they hate on straight guys because they look at you as competition for ladies. This is all over social media, plague social media. Yeah, queer, leftist, feminist, anti-racist, yet she's racist towards a mulatto man. Yeah, we're calling your shit. We already know what's going on. Yeah. And classically trained academia, Ivy League. Amazing, isn't it? Getting the backing of these major universities to spread anti-mulatto hate. Crazy work. Let's continue on with this.
Guy.
And shout out to Mindset, man, for catching this. I appreciate what he's doing, man. I appreciate the work, and all respect to him for doing this, because this is crazy work. These characters are out here throwing our name under the bus, clout shit. I mean, basically to try to get some kind of notoriety and engagement out here. Like, nah, these people, they're doing too much. How are you anti-racist? You say they're teaching anti-racism, but yet you're racist towards the mulatto man with the white mom. Make that make sense, because they look at us as privileged and they want to kind of humble us, right?
In every possible way to take away his European DNA. And she knows that his mother is white, right? In her fake little story, she knows.
Yeah, I know. He would have just basically dumped her for like a mixed chick or a Latina. Let's be real. He would have just dumped her.
That his mother is white. But yet she's calling him a person of color, a light-skinned black. I mean,
yeah, that you see that she's using the language light-skinned black, one dropping him back into blackness. That's the thing. That's what that light-skinned black shit is. They're not going to call him, oh, he's a dark-skinned white person. He's got a white mom. Sounds like a dark-skinned white person to me, but no, they're not going to say that. Oh no, it only works one way. That's reinforcing white supremacy. See, this lady, she doesn't fool me. Because I already know all her family, all the racists, and all the MAGA Trump supporters and all that. It doesn't fool me one bit. This is ultimately why they fear mulattoes and they don't like mulattoes, because we know them. They're in our family. We've studied them since birth, and they fear that about us. They can trick black people, they can trick Latinos and trick Asians, and they can develop allyships and use these other groups against each other. That's what they're the best at, is putting groups against other groups. But they know with us, we're more sophisticated because we are part of them and we've studied them since birth. This is where the fear comes in. So for her position, like I said, she's approaching it more in like a mate guarding manner. So she wants to devalue the mulatto man to the females in her audience. She has over 130,000 followers on TikTok. It's to make us look, deficient, and that we're racist, and that, it's like, okay, all right. Yeah, well, whatever.
She's not even using the generic ambiguous terms, mixed race, biracial. No. So people like this, what they do, they take away your full European identity, right?
And not enough people called it out. I appreciate Mulatto Mindset calling it out, where essentially it's Yeah, it's a weaponization of the one drop rule, and it's also basically gatekeeping whiteness, right? They're not going to call the man, he's got a white mom, not going to call him a dark skinned black. Oh no, you're a light skinned black, but you got a white mom, and you're a problem. You're a problem because all these other chicks like you. Yeah, yeah, we already know. And then you see her bios, she's got the Q word, the rainbow flag, leftist, feminist. She has. We already know the deal. She's competing with the men for access to other women. And these people are like destroying everything. They're attacking straight men. Well, we're not even dealing with this chick. If I saw her anywhere, I don't care. I don't know what she looks like. The mindset said she's kind of chunky or whatever, which I don't know. I'm not like gonna fat shame or anything like that, but it's just like, I don't know. She's just white. Like, you're not even my type. Plain Jane. I like mulattoes. I like mixed chicks, and that's me. So for you dudes who like white girls, come get your girl here corrected. I don't know, but she's got like you look at all the signs, all the red flags in her bio. It's just, yeah, good luck with that, homie.
By just saying you're black, you're a person of color, you're, like, this is what they do, that you're black, like, so I don't see how she's anti-racist, because she's literally perpetuating white supremacy. She's literally enforcing the one drop rule in her fake made up story. So already she's not trying to fight against racism. She's clearly doing this for clicks and likes. And then she said that this guy was trying to tell her that it was dangerous, and there's a lot of black folks here. Is this guy lying? Let's just say this was true. They go to a party, it's an all black party. There's tends to be some pookies there and stuff. Maybe he's just protecting you. Because there are shootouts and there are fights almost every weekend at these kind of parties. So
yeah, and also it's like, who chose the venue? Was it her idea, his idea, right? Those factors there. Shout out to you. Is it Cyrus? Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you.
Depending on what kind of black people were there, I mean, maybe he was just trying to look out for you, right? And then she goes on about how his mother had decorations of like black characters.
Yeah, and I like how he points this out too. I appreciate him. I'm just pausing it real quick because I want to mention this first. I've talked about this publicly, that in my household, when I was a kid growing up, my white mom, during Christmas time, which Christmas is coming up, I remember as a kid, she had like ornaments of like black Jesus, and like the black what they call that. I've talked about this before. When Christ is born, I forgot. There's a phrase they have in the biblical phrase. I'm not super like Christian. I mean, that's my background, faith Christianity, but I'm not like hardcore practicing. But they do have a phrase or something to the day the of birth of Jesus Christ, and there's a whole gathering of people to watch him be born. And I remember these like small ornaments my mom would have out of like black Jesus and all the black Santa and this stuff. Like, to me, that was normal. And what it did psychologically is it made me look at black people in an equal kind of footing and light as white people. So she was actually adding kind of diversity and representation in the household. I'd see my black family on the weekends and stuff, but they weren't the predominant guardians of me. It was my white mom, my white woman. And but she did her part, like having representation in the household to kind of help reinforce that dual heritage and balance, so to speak. I think she did a good job at that. Honestly, she really did. And but this lady, this Anglo you see on the screen, she doesn't look at it that way. She looks at it as being weird, almost like it's like she says, like a menstrual show or caricature or something. Like, she's twisting it out of proportion and trying to position a false narrative. The Gentleman Vibes Tribe says, I believe it's Jesus in the manger. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, you could be right though. I'm not sure.
Caricatures. Okay, well, maybe she's trying to have her son be a little bit more cultured with the black side. Isn't that what they always say? White women don't try to, culture their biracial children. I mean, maybe she has.
Exactly. I love the fact that's why I wanted to highlight this video because he's covering so many critical points. And I want to reinforce it because in my household, I'm going to say it again, like there were images of black people that was positive images like that. And then this lady here, she's trying to act like it's a caricature when it's not. It's representation. And then like he just said right there, where there's a lot of people, particularly within the monoracial black community, who will say, well, you grow up, with a white mom and she doesn't teach you to be proud of your black side or your black heritage and all this type of stuff. That's the arguments they make. But then I've already publicly came out here even from the beginning. I was just like, hey, look, when I growing up in the household, my mom had images of positive images of black people, images of like black Jesus. Those images are impactful. And so that and she did that to reinforce this position, this like balance or representation, that everything wasn't like just white, white Jesus and the white angels and all this, the white Christmas, white Santa Claus. Like my mom actually put in images of like black people in those positions. So I grew up seeing that duality. I grew up seeing a white Santa and I grew up seeing a black Santa. I saw both. And but yeah, like people who are kind of like our opposition or frame us as being deficient, they always try to act like we're imbalanced. They don't know the whole story. That's why we need mulattoes up here to tell our stories and push back, which I'm doing, Mindset's doing, and others, that no, we actually had representation to create balance. And yeah, so you guy puts here, it's so hilarious how they shame us into identifying as mulatto, but then they get upset when they want debate us, one drop ruling us because we don't fall into their monoracial manipulation. Yeah, great point. Exactly.
There's a picture of Black Jesus in the house too, right? Maybe she's trying to, open up that door for her mulatto son. But see, when they don't do that, they give white mom biracials a problem.
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they didn't have those images up, oh, you're not cultured. You don't know what it is. Your black culture, black side, right? But when they do that, then you have this Anglo, okay, who's an informant for them and their philosophies, right? Leftist, LGBT stuff. And then she's gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, those were caricatures. It was weird. Your house was weird." It's okay.
But when they
Can't win.
do that, they put
You can't win either way. That's the thing. With these, they already made their mind up because they look at you as competition in the sexual marketplace. That's what you're seeing.
black decorations, black Christmas ornaments, black Jesus on the wall. Now it's like some weird, racist stuff, right? Like they're using these decorations as like a minstrel show or some type of, weird shit. Like I don't even know what this woman's talking about. She's making this up out of her ass. And then she ends off saying that this man has hatred for his skin.
Yeah, hatred for his skin. He's got a white mom, so yeah, he's not a dark skinned guy. Okay. Yeah, Jordan Peele might be on the darker, but he realm, but no, he's probably the darkest one you guys can point out. The guy clearly looking at him, he's not the same as Michael Jordan or something like no, or DL Hughley or whatever. No. How does he hate his skin? He's not the same color.
Pretty sure if he's a mulatto man, his skin is probably my color, right? And again, here goes the
Yeah, most of us I see like navigating like within social media, even in public, when I see these mulattoes, like earlier today, I was at an event and there are a ton of mulattoes actually, because I was only focused on the ladies, but there is a ton of mulattoes out here. And yeah, we all kind of have the same skin tone, same shade. There was one lady who's a little bit darker than me, you know. I don't know. All that color crap, man, that's kind of the AA community stuff. Honestly, I don't. That's not the mulatto community type of stuff. Those discussions on like the skin color, because there's different variations. We're very diverse. I'm the lightest one out of my siblings, and that's just always been that way. But that's my siblings, my family, it's my blood. But yeah, like with us, like there's more diversity, variations. We can come out a little bit darker, we come out a little bit lighter. And I know some people don't like the phrase. I don't like it either as well. Black passing or white passing. I think that's more of the monoracial kind of argument to kind of splinter us. But yeah, there's diversity within our looks, you know. So I just want to throw that out there. Let's continue on.
Enforcement of the one drop rule, right? So if he's biracial with a white mother, I'm pretty sure his skin is not the same color as a monoracial black person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's gonna have a white mom. He's gonna come out looking like Idris Elba. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
So, I mean, people like this, they really irk me because what they do, they virtue signal that they're like this,
Yeah, they virtue signal, and you know what? It's like the Great White Hope, but it's the liberal leftist LGBT edition. Like they're looking for their next Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott is kind of grandmothered in. She's old. Okay, she's old timer now. She was doing this stuff way back in the civil rights era with MLK Jr., like way back, right? Jane Elliott's kind of getting older now. So they need a new Tim Wise. They need a new, white savior. They need their white hope. Okay, the dark skinned Bantus, they need their new white hope. And they go on social media, they see her. Like, oh, yeah, Ivy League, leftist, the Q word, the rainbow flag. Oh, I get it. I get it. You're looking for that particular audience, which is cool that you do what you do, but you talk about mulattoes and you want to slander us and defame us. It's not going to really go well. Not anymore. Now we have the microphone. So now what's up?
I'm a liberal and I'm so, progressive and all this type of bullshit. She's not progressive for shit, bro. She's not anti-racist for shit.
Yeah, I love the fact that he's calling this out, man, because she's really not. She's saying anti-racism, but she generalized mixed people with white moms. I'll share this clip, guys. You guys can go back in the video. Remember, she said, oh, these white women are raising these kids and they're effed up. She's generalizing all of us, a specific demographic, a vastly fast growing demographic. She's generalizing us because she knows we're dominating sports in the major media. We have options. We're connecting with people around the planet. Like, and they look at that as a threat, as a sexual threat, because that's the position she's taking. It's very obvious.
She literally showed you in this video that she's anti-mulatto, that she's pro one drop. I mean, come on, man. I can read right through the lines. I can see behind the veil. I can see the deception. I have discernment. You have discernment. We all seen this. But this is nothing new. Anglos and Bantus teaming up to take down the mulatto.
And that's the key thing. And I really love the fact that you guys are starting to notice. You're noticing the Anglo and Bantu colluding with each other in collaboration to neutralize and sabotage the growing mulatto class. You guys are starting to figure things out. And I really appreciate you guys for calling this out, for noticing. Because you notice with the Anglos, they love football, but yet football is dominated by black athletes. They love each other. They come together and have kids. They come together and fight and all this stuff. Like they love each other. Once you start to move around society, you realize, well, they actually really love each other. You'll have some white boy jump in the comments. We don't like them. They don't like us. They commit crimes against us. Yeah, you guys commit crimes against them as well. But the funny thing is, looking at this as a mulatto, it's very apparent analyzing you people. You people love each other. You come together, conspire, and you just now you woke us up. You woke us up. So now it's our time to shine. But I love the fact you got dudes like Mindset and others, as well, other mulatto men who kind of realize, yeah, they're working together. And they're trying to keep it on the down low, but they're getting exposed.
I mean, it's so sad that, these people have been in competition with us our whole lives and we didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Like these people secretly hated us our whole lives and we didn't even know it. I mean, like that's
the strange part about this, like with the consciousness and analyzing the information, the material. And you come to find out, like for a lot of us, I would say that the mulatto men, biracial men, even light skinned African American, if I'll say that, where it's like they come to realize, oh shit, these guys have been competing with me my whole life. I wasn't looking at you as competition, but whenever there was a female involved, all of a sudden they kind of got a little weird around us. I first like realized this back when I was like 10, 11 years old with some chick, or a girl. from school. So way back then, I had a black friend who was a good friend of mine. We're still kind of mutuals on social, interestingly enough, because I know his family and him and all this. But yeah, he like was crying and wanted like literally fight me. I'm like 10 or 11 years old. He's like 10 or 11 over some girl in school. It's crazy. And this is a white girl, in the community I'm from. It's yeah, it's just that stuff started early. But back then I didn't have the vocabulary or information to where I'm looking back, reflecting on it now, where it's like, holy crap, like they want to fight you for these other chicks, and I think a lot of guys, it takes time to develop that awareness. That's the thing, just living life, and then you different circumstances you're in, different places you're in, different environments, and you realize, oh shit, now you come to the conclusion, yeah, those guys are actually competing with me. It's interesting. Let's continue on.
That's how much we don't need to compete to like win in society as mulattoes. Like, I didn't even know black people were competing with me for the longest.
And that's what I just said, right? Shout out to Mindset. I was telling them, like, yeah, man, I didn't even know that either. Like, and I just told you guys a story when I was fucking 11 years old, guys. Okay, that was a while ago. I was 11, and the black boy, he was 11 too, and the girl, she was 11. We were kids in elementary school, and it's this guy was mad that I was involved in that I liked her, she liked me, etc. That there was like this triangle, so to speak, whatever. And it's I didn't even know, and I reflect on it now. I'm like, damn, like we grow up and go through our lives not knowing that there's a lot of people who we think are our quote unquote people, quote unquote, my people and all, and we don't know. Oh shit, they're actually competing with you in society. That's interesting.
Like, up until like 3 years ago. And I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? And most mulattoes don't know this. Most mulattoes don't know that like there's all these incel white boys that fucking hate them because, white women, they can't get white women, and they're mad that white women are having sex with black men. So they hate the offspring of, this interracial swirler couple, right? You walk.
And not only that, they look at you as a threat because you're not going to acquiesce to their authority. You're going to challenge them for power. That's the main reason as well. Because all the white guys, they'll ditch the white women and get a Hispanic. They have access to them. They'll get an Asian. They have access to them. They typically, because those groups, they can assimilate into the white body politic. They don't typically will often get black women because they can't produce an heir to the throne. They'll produce a mulatto child, which, because in this country, United States, with the one drop rule, oftentimes you see where the biracial just identifies black. So that's typically why you'll often see with the mating choices, the white guy is going to get with Asian or Hispanic. They can get those people to assimilate into their culture, and they can have an heir to the throne, so to speak.
Walk through life unknowing, with all this information that you should know because these people are putting a target on your back. And this woman in this video is actually putting targets on mulattoes.
Yeah, mulatto men's back. Exactly. You're right. And like I said, and I think her position, her angle is because it's the sexual marketplace. You know, like I said, I was at an event today, and there were a bunch of those athletes, a bunch of mulatto men athletes, okay, young guys, studs. They have all the options in the world. And it's funny, like I saw all these cheerleaders. This is a college event, and all these cheerleaders are like two mulattas, and they're of course the prettiest, But they had like I don't know how many cheerleaders. They had a bunch, like 50 of them, and I only saw two, but they were the prettiest. But when I looked at the athletes, the ball players, like half of these guys were mulatto, big, tall, strong, and it's like, yeah, and these guys got options. These guys got options. So when you look at this lady here on the screen, see, that's what she's upset about, is that these guys have options. She looks at them as competition. That's what it is. So she wants to tarnish your value to kind of level the playing field. Yeah, we already know what's up. We look at her bio. She's got the Q word. She got the rainbow flag. She's a feminist. Like, why? Okay, like, and you went on a date with this guy. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You don't even like guys. Let's just be honest.
putting targets on the backs of the mothers of the mulattoes that have white mothers, right? So if you have a white mother and you're a mulatto, this woman is literally trying to put a target on her back. Yeah, fuck her. Fuck her. You know?
This dude is heated. I love the energy, man. That's why I'm sharing the clip. I appreciate him. Because I don't know about this character. This he tagged her channel, Kylie Brewer. Yeah, screw her, man. This, we see what they're doing, and I'm saying, because on TikTok, same platform, Kylie is spreading this propaganda. There is some fat fucking Mexican torta talking shit about biracials of white moms. She's doing that around black people. Like, who is this person? Who is this person talking crap about biracials with white moms? And she's a whole Mexican, and she's in a black space. I'm like, you can't see, it's because that black space is leftist, LGBT, it's gynocentric, female centered. See, that's what it is. And no, we see you people. We don't think we're watching you. We see you.
That's bullshit. And she's a white woman herself, so she's extra pandering. It's really sad. It's very cringe. And guys, I just want to drop by.
Yeah, she has to go extra hard because she knows that trying to grift off that group, her being white, it's going to be extra challenging. Yep, exactly. Shout out to Mulatto Mindset for that. I really appreciate that. And I have another clip here I'm going to play. It's going to be from the gentleman, Lightskin Historian. So let me bring his the video up he made today. This one's going to be a good one. Going to share this one and then just close things out. Appreciate you guys being here. If you guys like the content, hit the like button. Another one of these late night creeps. I do my best to share with you guys what I'm seeing out here, and then promoting you guys as well. I mean, that's what this stream is about. Here is promoting these men, Mulatto Mindset, promoting him, and then also the other gentleman, Lightskin Historian. I mean, you guys are probably my favorite content creators within this space, creating material, creating content, your arguments, the nomenclature, the vocabulary you guys are utilizing. It's I really appreciate what you guys are doing. So I'm basically here to hand you guys your flowers and give you guys your congrats, because I love the material you guys are putting out here. We need more of this stuff, because these people think they can jump out here and spread hate and propaganda against us, and we're like not going to push back. We're going to sit there and just smile. Nah, those days are over. Okay, we got the microphone now, so what's up? Okay, so shout out to Lightskin Historian for sharing this clip. Let's check it out.
Thinking all light skinned niggas pussy, bro. When I look at a black brother, bro, I don't see no motherfucking color, gang. And nigga, I scarp a real motherfucking good, fam. And I ain't never dug a fade in my motherfucking life, bitch. And if you on that shooting shit, bitch, we could take it there too, bitch. I'm with all that too, my nigga. I really just be thinking a nigga look good with y'all little sweet ass.
I agree. But a lot of these light skinned dudes are still on this brother stuff. Yes, you are related to these dudes for the millionth time, but you are not them. They don't view you as the same as them. They view you as a different tribe. Okay, you are related to them, but you are not them. So you have to stop with this brother stuff. All right, you have to stop with this whole brother stuff and trying to like say we all black at the end of the day.
That's the funny part, because if you were all quote unquote black at the end of the day, there wouldn't be this discussion of this colorism shit, because the colorism thing is for them, the monoracial, the hoodwink mixed people into thinking you're the same group. They want to in-group you and out-group you. Like if you, what's the colorism like? Do they have these arguments in white society? Does colorism exist in white society? Okay, why is it a thing? And they'll say, well, in Latin America or whatever, but it's like they're mixed people. They have different racial heritage configurations. They have African, they have Spanish or Portuguese, and then they have like Indian or native. It could be Aztec, Taino, Mayan, etc. Right? Like they have different variations there. So they're mixed, and so there's different variations. So with the whole colorism thing in regards in the United States, like that's to hoodwink you, to pretend like you're a part of their tribe. but they'll pull you in to be a member of their tribe, then they'll kick you out of their tribe, right? When they get jealous or something. And it's got to be very exhausting, to be honest. But I'm just here to kind of report the news for you guys. Why not? Shout out to Lightskin, his historian, because I like his perspective, his analysis, and also, like I said, the nomenclature that he's kind of brought to the conversation when he talks about the shaming ritual. Like he says stuff like that. It's just perfect. I couldn't have said it better myself. Like you see that the shaming ritual, like if you want that acceptance, they're going to haze you and try to shame you and kind of beat you down. It's very sad, but this is what you see. Let's continue on.
They're not playing by them rules, man.
And I ain't never duck a fade in my motherfucking life, bitch. And if you on that shooting shit, bitch, we could take it there too, bitch. I'm with all that too, my nigga. I really just be.
And that's good. I'm good. You always want to defend yourself, but these things can be avoided if light-skinned people stop trying to break their neck to hang around these people. If y'all stop trying to hang around dark-skinned people so much and connect with your own tribe, then a lot of this stuff will go away. But a lot of y'all like try to like force yourselves into around dark-skinned people. Not all you, not all light-skinned and mulatto people, but a lot of you guys, especially with it being a quote-unquote trend for the last previous years, y'all trying to force your way to be a part of what dark skin people got going on instead of you guys doing your own thing. I'm not saying you can't hang around these people, but we have to do our own thing with each other. Okay? We have to come a little bit more tribalistic. A little bit more tribal. Right?
You thinking a nigga look good with y'all little sweet ass, bro. You in that light skin shit.
And I agree with what Lightskin historian just said right there. Like being a little bit more tribalistic will benefit us in a way, in a lot of ways, because a lot of us don't have that sense of tribe, of belonging, you know. That's why I really love what the mixed lens is doing, and even her kind of hashtag she developed with the whole, mulatto tribe. And I've always said, like, well, where's your tribe? You look around, where's your tribe? Who's going to advocate for you? Where's your support system, your network, people you can kind of, brainstorm with and share stories, war stories, etc., compare notes and strategize, your tribe. And I think that's the thing. Yeah, I just saw a comment that just jumped up. Was it he looks light skinned himself? Oh, the dude on the screen? Yeah. Yeah, the guy on the screen is like, I guess it's TikTok. He made a video um basically because I don't know, I guess because black people were hazing him for being light skinned, but that's what they do, They try to punk you guys to fit in with their group. And light skin historian, to me, he's like the authority with this whole like light skin conversation is like with the African American, you know, um group and the kind of political and the mating sexual dynamics. Like light skin historian for me is basically the authority on these issues because I'm not from the black community. I'm just an outside observer. I'm not from the community. And so people like him who's from that group and he can articulate what he's seeing, these dynamics, like he does a really good job. So I definitely recommend you guys check him out because he's able to break this stuff down, the psychology that you're seeing, right? You're witnessing. Yeah, but the guy on the screen, yeah, he's like, he has a neck tattoo. It's kind of the Gervonta Davis type of thing. They got to go extra, got to be extra edgy. Even though he's got a pretty boy face, like he has good grooming standards, which is a good quality for a man to have, Sometimes I slip up, I get a little scruffy, my beard and shit. I've been shaving it off actually the past several months, but like this dude, you could tell, look at his mustache, and he's like, he has good grooming standards, right? But then he's got to kind of overcompensate with the tats on his fist, and the tats on his neck, just to kind of like have that edge because he's lighter skinned amongst the darker skinned Bantu. So you see that a lot with some of these cats. Yeah, let's continue on.
Like, what, nigga? Y'all be so sweet, my nigga. Because I never see a dark-skinned nigga and be like, man, you on that dark-skinned shit. What? That shit don't even sound right. I really be mad because a nigga really point his dick in your bitch and then beat.
And that's why they doing it because y'all already noticed, y'all watch my channel. This video is going to be about light-skinned men being hazed when they're around dark-skinned people.
Yeah, and shout out to Light Skin Historian. I think the title of his video, and I'll share all this stuff, in the description for you guys. It says right here, the black community's hazing rituals towards light-skinned men. Yes, yeah, he definitely like is spot on his analysis, understanding the psychology and what's really going on.
And why they do it. But yes, they trying to like lower your social status. They're in competition with you. If y'all was all black, none of this would be going on. If you was just like them, none of this would be going on. They would treat you like you're one of like you are dark skinned if you was just like
Yeah, if you were a member of their tribe, they wouldn't be talking this light skin shit. That's what I keep telling people, man. Like, haven't you figured it out yet? Like, when I first kind of stumbled upon these spaces, and there was a dude, I think he was actually a biracial guy, but he just kind of identified himself as a light skinned black, like a lot, most of these biracials do, unfortunately. And this guy, I was basically telling the guy, hey, man, we're kind of building a community, an online space where we can network. Like, why don't you just drop all this like crying shit to dark skins and just deal with the reality? You're not the same as them, you know? And yeah, it's interesting.
them. But they're trying to make you look like you the peon of the group. They're trying to like you know
Because what I was gonna say, I lost my train of thought, is that if you were the same as them, there wouldn't be this whole colorism and light skin conversation. Like, don't you guys get it? Haven't you figured it out yet? Like when they cry colorism and light skin privilege, like you're not the same as them. Haven't you figured it out yet? If you were the same as them, they wouldn't be crying about you.
what they're doing. They're lowering your social status. They're trying to make you like you the corny or the weenie of the group. Especially when women are around. They're gonna do that because it's just a way to assert dominance. Okay? It's just a way to assert dominance.
It's an excellent point talking about the mate guarding. The mate guarding, yeah. Especially when the ladies are around, then it's like, yeah.
And if they outnumber you in the group, if you're the only light skinned dude in the group, they're really going to do it. Okay? That's the first everything with them is about
And that's the thing. Like, you guys got to start practicing understanding that you need to be the majority amongst them. If you're going to deal with them, if you have your social circles, your cliques, you need to be the majority. I know it can be difficult with the numbers, etc., but envision that and have that in the back of your head. So when you navigate, you move around, make it to where you are in that winning position. You're the majority, because they're going to try to maneuver you to where you're a minority. You see it when you have these like mixed spaces or mulatto spaces, where all of a sudden you got black people who are sitting there saying um, that they're like mixed or they're MGM and stuff. All that is they want to infiltrate your space to where they're the majority again, where they can dominate the situation, and then they're going to start pushing you out. Like, this is, you should understand how they move. It's not that complicated. Shout out to Val. Appreciate you being here. He said they aren't any different in my opinion. You put, as you have said before, Model Vanguard class differences. These light skinned blacks from the hood are a lost cause. Yeah, just people from the hood. They need to get out of the hood. I'm not from the hood, so. Says, yeah, I say this. They make the light skins look crazy. For example, the Empire, that show is crazy, darkly confusing, and just too much. I've never seen that Empire show, so I don't know. Says blacks overcompensated for their identity to the point it's unnecessary and terrible to the character. I even knew a light skinned black dude who was in a gang and shooting. Jesus, yeah. Same hair texture, same features, same attitude. The only difference is skin color, because from what I observed growing up, they're identical. Yeah. Well, they talk just like them. And that's where it's like, yeah, I don't think me and you are going to get along. You talk just like them. You want to be them. Cool. Have fun. I don't know why you're over here, because they find my shit. They find my material. And it's funny. I was like, I got to be kind of be nice about it, diplomatic. It's like, oh, really? Why do you like me, bro? Right? Like, we're not the same. I'm not trying to get acceptance in the community. I've been there, done that, went through the whole pro black phase. I'm in a new position in my life. Okay. And yeah, so I don't know, but they find my shit. They find, and whatever in the blogosphere. And it's funny. I run across new people all the time. And I don't know. People come and go. That's the kind of interesting thing. Says so many light-skinned blacks act exactly like dark-skinned Bantus. His disgusting way of speaking is proof. Sure, yeah. I mean, for me, I'm not really gonna haze the guy or whatever. I'm just going in more so on the commentary, because light-skinned historians breaking down the psychological, position here, if I can say that. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, like, with this guy with the neck tattoo and stuff, and, like, because he's trying to plead with black he's making his TikTok video pleading with black people. "Oh, man, I'm just the same as you. I'm just light skinned. Why are you talking about this light skin stuff?" And and light skin historians giving his commentary saying the issue is you got these light skinned guys who still want to be down with the dark skin community. For me, you already know me. I'm not even trying to save these people. I don't give a damn. If you want to be with, that's have fun. I don't care. Like, you're not even my audience. I don't care. Uh, but I appreciate light skin historians' commentary of being able to kind of break down the psychological aspect of this. This is what the key thing I'm getting at here. I'm not even trying like this guy here. You said, I noticed they punk mulattoes too because now they outrank us in blackness. So they do what Bantus do to them to us. Yeah, well, they try it. They try it. They definitely do. I mean, that's kind of what you're going to see within this kind of greater consciousness as more and more of them. Because I already saw this from the beginning. This is why, like, with the whole mixed and biracial, or they had a term or an acronym, they said MLS. I just basically like shit all over all of that because they wanted that ambiguity so that the Bantu butt kissers can come up in here and try to punk biracials. My whole thing was just mulatto. Biracial, you're mulatto, period. You gatekeep. Okay, you're Griff or you're something else, you're not mulatto. Don't care, go somewhere else. So that was my whole thing. And that was the way to curate a specific space and audience for people that I'm speaking for, my target audience, which are mulattoes, biracials, you know? But yeah, like you said, the whole outrank, they've been doing that shit in these spaces online for a minute. When I first came across it, I already saw that. They acted just like fucking Bantus. They talk like them, they dress like them, and they try to pull rank and shit. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's this guy, I'm not gonna mention his name. He had a fucking grill and his tattoos all over his face and shit. And he actually, like, tried to act like one of these Bantus. Like, he got mad at me or whatever, and another guy, because it was biracials, kind of going at it. And then this guy's not biracial, but he did a video with a pistol on his lap. He had a pistol on his lap, did a video. He, of course, put it on private. I think he left the whole damn YouTube discussion, whatever. That's on him. But he was acting just like them. Cause he from the hood and he served time slanging dope and he got a grill and tattoos and just acts just like fucking them. That's why I leaned into this mulatto thing so deep with the biracial mulatto specificity, because I didn't want any of these hood boogers, sympathizers, and savages to fuck up my whole operation. They already had the whole, like, quote unquote spaces saturated with them. And I'm not going to mention the name of these guys. There's a couple of them. They act just like them. I don't give a damn if they share my skin complexion. That's cool. I'm not a colorist. The skin doesn't matter. Like I already told you earlier today, I saw a mulatto, darker skin is whatever. She's mulatto. She's the preference. In my family, my siblings, like they got darker shade than me. Mulattoes were diverse. That's not the issue. That colorism shit that's being projected onto us from these outside forces. But yeah, I agree with your point. Is that what the dark skinned Bantus did to them. You're gonna find if you allow them in your spaces in your spot, they're gonna try to do that to you and pull rank. But they've never been successful with me because I've been pretty open and public what this whole operation is. They'll just try to lie and pretend like they're mulatto. It's like, okay, you're just a mulatto on the internet, but none of the mulattoes take you fucking seriously. Okay, have fun. The real recognizes real, and yeah. Appreciate your comment. Let's continue on.
Social status, everything is just the truth.
The fuck out you, gang. That shit, y'all be acting like y'all gotta remind a nigga they light skin, bro. It's like every day I get that you're a light skin. Bitch, I know I woke up like.
They're trying to make you feel inadequate, and they do it on purpose. They're really letting you know that you don't really belong over here. You're not one of us.
And it for some guys, because this is obviously male centered, this discussion here, he's talking to this guy, like it takes them years to figure it out. Because with the ladies, it's easier. Like they just basically, get with the black guy, and then, oh, poof, you're black now, even though you got a white mama. Like, you're black because your partner's black. So that pathway to kind of blackness has always been there for them. But with the guys, is different. They have to, guys like this, you see on screen, they have to go through this hazing ritual, as light skinned historian eloquently puts, this hazing ritual, shaming ritual, to be kind of accepted, quote unquote, temporarily amongst the group. And it's like a never ending battle. These guys, they're going to go through this shit until they're like 50, 60 years old. Then they'll get grandfathered into pro whackness because they're basically weak and they're not a competition. They're not a competition. They're not a threat. They're not a sexual threat in the marketplace. That's so then they'll basically get kind of grandfathered into blackness, right? But when they're in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, they're going to play this light skin shit on you because they're looking at you as a sexual competitor. Let's call it what it is.
You're light skinned. What are you doing here? Kwame Brown literally said, break them down, make them crash dummies. We're going to break you down psychologically and spiritually if you keep trying to hang around us.
And the latter part of his statement is the point. If you keep trying to hang around us, that's the key thing. You keep wanting to try, you validate your manhood being around them when it's like, are you learning skills with them? Or are you going on hunting trips? Are you building anything? Are you fishing with them? You're learning new skill sets. Well, what do you do? You're hanging out with them. What are you doing? Yeah, but it's always going to be up to question if you want to be associated with them in their group. Always, always.
And there's plenty of videos of these dudes saying this in the public.
This hoe can't change the shit, bitch. You see what I'm saying, bitch? I might have just got a little red, bitch, but I can't change the shit, my nigga. Then it be like this, my nigga. If I double back and I be like, man, you dark as fuck, you black ass nigga, all that. Then I'm colorist, my nigga. Y'all really be on that annoying shit, my nigga.
You haven't figured, like, that's never going to stop. Yeah, that's that double standard. Like, they could be colorist to you, but it's not colorism. To them, it's like evening the playing field because you're privileged, right? Because you're light skin privilege, right? I don't know why you guys play around with this shit. You already see how fugazi and fraudulent it is out here. Like, why don't you just detach yourself and say, fuck all of you? I'm just going to go do my own shit. And there's other people out here who are similar like me. Let's just build something. Like, you should already know what time it is, but you still, you look at who's going to accept that deal. The hypocrisy, the double standard. They can call you light skin, but once you start calling them dark skin, oh, wait a second, you're out of bounds. That's anti-blackness. Dude, it's we can go more into this. I mean, I want to stay focused with the whole mulatto, like biracial discussion, but there's some overlap here with this light skin stuff because obviously a lot of mulattoes and biracials are black identified. I don't know what the hell the guy on the screen, I don't know what he is. I don't really care. I'm just listening to the commentary, but you have a lot of guys like him who are in fact biracial, but they still act and talk like him, like trying to fit in with the black group. Looking at this guy's facial features and everything, it's like, it's clear, like, bro, like that he's got something that's not pure like Negro, bro. Like, it's very obvious, but I'll just leave it there at that. Let's continue on.
That shit really just getting played out, man. We all black, man. We all win, my boy.
That's what that we all black. We all black. I got a white mama, my boy, or two. I got two mixed parents, my boy. I got, I got white grandparents, my boy, but we all black. Yeah, okay. All right.
All win.
Oh, Lord. He's still on this week. We all won shit. He's still on this we all won stuff, man. These dudes ain't playing like that. Y'all need to learn history, man. You light-skinned dudes, you mulatto dudes, you need to learn history. I learned the art of war.
The history part is interesting because it's like, who's presenting the history, man? The mulatto history in the United States is, you got to go really digging and finding it, And interestingly enough, once you find it and you dig it up and you present the material, it's like, damn, a lot of people are not really that interested. I don't know why. I guess that's on me. I'm gonna basically take the blame. I have to. I take the blame for everything in my life, because that's what men do, and improve upon that. But that's the whole key thing, is that I have to improve upon the content and how I present it to the public to get people more engaged with that. Because yeah, I can do like a little dumb video on like colorism or some shit, and then a lot of people watch. Like, what the hell? This is no. But I do a video about history or something, and it's like, yeah, people aren't even really, they don't comment or anything. It's like, damn, really? This is interesting stuff. Like these facts matter. These facts matter. They add up. And the fact is, because people, they always have this argument against you that you don't have a history. You don't have a history. They erase all of our history in the United States and everywhere else, especially hardcore in the United States. We talk about the Brown Fellowship Society, the Mulatto Band community outside Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Like they erase everything. Mulatto Mountain. They changed the name Samo Mountain. This is clearly mulatto erasure that we've talked about over here on this channel, and other people have talked about as well. Like this is in Lightskin Historian talked about it, Mulatto Mindset, and all this information was brought by a Flowers Telling Stewart, who is literally the probably the most pro mulatto that I've seen in these spaces. There's literally nobody else. So let's continue on with this.
Okay. Just what it is.
Skin, my nigga. Man, I don't know why the fuck y'all be.
But yeah, hold on. So this is proof that these dark-skinned dudes, we don't make videos like this. These dudes are constantly competing with you.
So this is another video he's adding. Yeah. We'll say right here, dark-skinned ninjas shooting their shot ever since light-skinned ninjas went out of style in 2016. And the guy's caption here, never fooled. It says, sorry, light-skinned, y'all times is up. It's like a dumb joke. It's kind of it's corny. You have to look at the dark-skinned Bantu and you got to be calling them, you're corny, bro. And he's got the anime poster on the wall. That alone, you're disqualified, homie. I don't know. I'm looking at my wall. I got like a map of the planet. I got a picture of like an African woman. And I got a guitar mounted on my wall. And I'm looking at this dude. He's got a fucking anime, So yeah, this dude's corny. And the thing is, like, this whole like light skin, like they're looking at you as your competition. Sorry, light skins, y'all time is up. Ha ha ha. It's moist, homie. Moist behavior. You got your shirt off. You're moist. See, he's making that type of rage bait content to get the light skinned men to respond to him because that's who he's attracted to. Very moist. He's got his shirt off. Like, bro, you should be singing songs to chicks, doing something to like get the chicks on your channel or your page. No, you got your shirt off trying to crack jokes at light skinned dudes. You want like to rage bait the light skins. You're a moist, dark skinned dude. And the whole thing, the time is right here, 2016. Went out of style in 2016. Drake has been dominating the charts for the past decade, homie. Now you guys still hate on Drake. You try to get this dude Kendrick. You picked the wrong dude, homie. Like, I don't know, you get Rick Ross or Kendrick. Who do you got? Who else you got, bro? Who else you got you're gonna put up against Drake? You don't have anybody, okay? And but this weird number, like the 2016, what are you talking about, bro? The light skins are always going to dominate everything. Okay. The ones who got it fucked up is these light skins who think they're black. They think they're in the same tribe as the guys like this. This undercover, corny, moist brother. Got the anime picture on the wall. Like, say he's moist. Okay. I got an axe. I got a guitar on the wall. Okay. And it's yeah, we're not the same. Okay. 2016, really? When you went out of style, I thought they said that, well, the 80s was your era, the 90s was your era. We're in the 2000s now. They keep changing this kind of history, this revisionist history, this light skin, dark skin shit. But again, that's like the AA community stuff. Like, which time period? When is it that you guys are popping? I don't know. When I was a kid growing up, Keith Sweat was dominating the charts, and I like Keith Sweat. I like 90s R&B. I'm not gonna lie. Keith Sweat's cool. He's a dark skinned dude. He makes music, love songs and shit. You all know it. And so I don't know how, and then who else the other dude? Tyrese Gibson. Okay. Dark skinned dude. And he's like 2000s era. So it's like these time, lines that they fabricate is super fraudulent. I don't understand that. Like, but you've always had light skinned guys like dominating shit at the same time. With R&B, well, you had what's the dude's name? LL Cool J. Like, one of my favorite songs in the 90s is the song Loungin' by LL Cool J. Loungin', go type it up, go look it up. Go listen to it. That's probably my favorite 90s jam, Loungin', LL Cool J. And that's like a smooth, sexy song. I love that track. It's my favorite, one of my favorite 90s songs, Loungin', LL Cool J. And he's a light skinned dude. So I'm sitting there like, how is he like not in style anymore? But then again, this is that weird tricknology AA shit with the colorism. They're because they're the whole point light skin historians getting at is that they stay competing with you, even when there isn't a competition. We're looking around like, what the hell? I'm not even competing with you. Like, I'm trying to make money and just advance in life. Like, I don't look at you as competition, but for whatever reason, they look at you as competition. And this dude's moist as hell, man. That's why like he's trying to like rage bait these light skins to interact with his bullshit his commentary. The light skins, y'all time is up. Y'all time. Yeah, I heard of Brian McKnight. I think he's like R&B singer. I heard of him. Yes, I was about to mention LL Cool J. He did a lot for light skinned men's image, and the dark skinned Bantus hated him. Yeah, I just remember that song Loungin', LL Cool J. And he was in some movies and stuff, right? He did like the movie Hollywood stuff. Yeah, that was like the song, man, in the 90s. That's like my favorite, like smooth, like 90s song is Loungin', LL Cool J. And I know there's others, guys. You guys can tell me, but just I'm a 90s dude. So yeah, let's continue on.
For women, resources, attention, they are constantly competing with you because they view you as the standard already. They've always watched you. They're always in competition with you. They're jealous of you. Why would you want to be friends with somebody who is always trying to compete you and outperform you? Not only that, when you
That right there, what he said right there, man, boom. That like it hit. He said, "Why are you trying to be friends with someone who's always trying to compete with you and outperform you?" And I had a friend from a high school friend. He's a Chicano guy from California, where I'm from, and after a while, man, I had to basically cut him off. That's part of life. That's part of maturing, becoming an adult. There's some people they don't. You gotta like leave them behind, And this guy was a friend from high school, and I just and I confronted him a couple times on this before I cut him off. Whereas I was like, man, I almost feel like you're competing with me. Like you look at me as competition. Like my friend should uplift me and like support me, and like we should like go to war with go to war for each other. And this one dude, like, yeah, I had to confront him a couple times. Just I guess the immaturity level or something was there. And yeah, man, there's a guy I had to cut off like that. Where I confronted him a couple times. I realized this guy's competing with me out here for like social status or something, or for chicks or whatever. And it's very sad. Like a lot of people don't realize that. I know it's not only men, but also women as well. Some people you think are your friend, they pretend like they're cool with you, but they're actually competing with you. It's like, how can you be friends with someone like? See, for me, that's why I had to confront this dude. It wasn't normal for me, and I had to confront as a man. Like I was like, bro, you're like, why are you competing with me, bro? It feels like you're competing. Because my best friend is a Chicano guy, Mexican American, from California as well. He's from LA, and he's my best friend. He's still my friend. Shit, he could probably be listening. I don't know. He's tuned in to my channel. Shit, he found my channel randomly. He said the algorithm. He was surprised by the engagement. All you mulattoes messing with my stuff over here. He liked it, but he's my best friend Chicano dude. And see, that man like advocates for me. That man like helped me learn how to drive. Like I didn't learn how to drive till later on in my life when I was like 18, 19. And this guy was a roommate of mine. You know, and I remember my brother helped me taught me how to drive as well. But then this dude as well help me drive. So and we're still friends today. He's my best friend. And but the relationship I'm saying, like the relationship, this guy like always like helps me, advocates or uplifts me. It's vice versa. If he's in trouble, if I'm in trouble, we advocate and help each other. And these are the type of people that I want in my life. These are the connections I want. These are the people that I support and will fight for. Clear contrast difference, because with this man I'm talking about, my best friend, like I've never felt like he was competing with me for women. This guy, like I've gotten so much tail just being cool, like going out with this guy, going bar hopping in LA. I've gotten so much tail just being associated with this guy and just hanging out. and he's gotten a lot as well. Like, it's the feelings mutual. Like, there was never this feeling of competition. It's like, oh, you can have her, I'll go for her. That type of situation. It's just like there was none of this weird ego bullshit and this weird competition with my best friend. It was like we're there to have each other's back, help each other out. And we're still friends to this day. But like I'm saying, this other guy that I mentioned, I had to cut him off because like I felt like he was competing with me, man. And I had to confront him a couple times where I was like, bro, this shit's not normal. People who got my back, who or want the title of quote unquote friend, they're not competing with me like that. And I think a lot of these light skinned guys, they deal with that when they're with like the darker skinned guys. They think they're their friend. They pretend like they're your friend, but they're competing with you. See, I'm just giving you guys my personal example because I'm not from the black community. I'm just an outside observer looking at this, and I can see what's like relatable here as far as like friendship and people who pretend that they're your friend and they're really not. They're competing with you. It's unfortunate.
Receive attention, they're gonna try to sabotage you. That's not a friend. A friend is gonna want you to do well, and it's okay.
Exactly. A friend's going to want you to do well. A friend's going to want you to get more money. A friend's going to want you to get more social access. A friend's going to want you to do better with relationships. Yeah. Yeah. A friend's not going to compete with you and cock block you, etc. Exactly.
Be jealous a little bit of your friend because jealousy is a little jealousy is in nature. But what you'll notice with dark skinned people, especially the men, they're like worse than females with jealousy because they kill each other when they get jealous of each other. If a dude
Because most of them are raised by women, right? Single moms without a male kind of influence. That's the key thing there, right? That's why it's like highly emotional.
gets a new pair of Jordans, look at their community. When they get a new pair of Jordans, what they do, they try to beat him up and try to kill him for him. For a pair, if he got a prettier girl than him, they live like women. They live like they compare themselves so much to light skinned dudes because it's just
Yeah, it's weird. It's not normal, huh? Like even the guy with his video. That's why I think this guy's gay, man. He's got the anime picture, or he's bisexual to say the least. But for men, man to man, if you're a man, if you're a male and you say you're bisexual, to us men, straight men, you're just gay, okay? Which is cool. It's fine. I'm not homophobic, but I'm just letting you know that's how we see it. You're just gay. Like that's how it is. Like straight men are gonna be more, if I would say, like homophobic towards other males than with women. Like when straight men, when we look at like a woman and she's like bisexual, we acknowledge that. We're like, okay, you like women, but you like men too. Okay, that's cool. Then I have a chance. I could like, seduce you or romance you, whatever. Like, okay, that's okay. That's no problem. But like, men are not the same way. Straight men are not the same way when they see a guy who's like bisexual. They're like, okay, well, you're just gay. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm not homophobic, but I'm letting you know kind of the psychology that a lot of men have. And please tell me if I'm wrong. Put a comment. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, men are going to be more have more grace. I guess I can say that. Like if a woman, I'll repeat it. If a woman's bisexual, they're kind of like, okay, well, she likes guys too, so that's cool. But this guy here, like, well, when he's like, sorry, light skins, y'all time is up. His t-shirt's off. It's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Like he wants the light skinned dudes to comment on his stuff. It's just yeah, it's too moist.
weird. It's a weird competition. Why would you want to be in competition with somebody who doesn't want to see you win? But it's the dynamic when we look at them, we don't view them as competition. We don't tear them down. We don't speak about them, which I do think light skinned men should do the same in return because the Bible does says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, he's very religious, right? Biblical perspective. The thing is for me is I'm not even really trying to do to them what they've done to quote unquote us or whatever. Like my whole thing is when I see the propaganda and it's affecting us, I want to challenge it. And that was like with the first clip. Shout out to Mulatto Mindset when he that Angelo, okay, who is is well kind of with left leaning SJW, who wanted to attack this straight mixed guy, white mom was like, okay, a light skinned black guy with a white mom, okay, yeah, we know you're talking about a mulatto man, okay, and she wanted to attack him. It's like, look, I don't, it's nothing personal with that lady, like I'm not going to attack her looks or anything. I don't care. It's the propaganda they're pushing. We have to challenge it. That's my whole position. It's always been since when I jumped up here was I was seeing all these black nationalists, these Afrocentrics, spread these conspiracies and lies about mulattoes. Oh, don't trust the mulattoes. They're working for the white man and they're duplicitous and all this stuff. I was like, we have to challenge that rhetoric because they're putting a target on your back. You can pretend all you want, but eventually you're going to have to challenge this. You can't let them continue to get away with it. You're going to have to challenge the rhetoric. So like, I'm not even trying to like get even with them, is that's what I'm saying. I just, if they talk about us, I'm going to watch it, observe it, and we're within our position, our right to challenge this stuff.
You know, sometimes these people only understand one language, especially these dark skinned people. But you got to use discernment and figure it out on your own. Let's look at this little short clip.
Green. That thing's green.
He said dark skinned N-words shooting their shot ever since light skinned N-words went out of style in 2016. So these dudes are constantly competing with you. You're trying to fit in with these dudes while these dudes are trying to conquer your group.
Yeah, the dude's just giving off moist vibes, bro. Like, man, you know, the evidence is all right there in a little 2-second clip and everything. He's got a shirt off. He's signaling to light skinned guys. He's got the anime picture. Like, bro, like whatever, man.
And trying to compete with you for social status and power. Everything that dark skinned people do is for power, even their behavior in their neighborhoods. If you'll notice,
Now, because the conversation here is about understanding monoracial gaslighting. Okay, and he said and light skin historian, shout out to him. He said everything dark skinned people do is for power. I agree, but on the reverse flip side, we're going back to that Anglo, the pale skinned people. Everything they do is for power. When they wake up in the morning, they look at their environment. They're seeing how can they conquer their environment? How can they control their surrounding? That's what you saw with that Anglo woman who was trying to talk crap about that the biracial guy with his white mom, right? It's the same, that they're competing for power. So I'm calling a spade a spade. We see that with both of these groups who we come from. Okay. Mulattoes, we come from them. We're moving into a position where we're gonna have mulattoes, which have always been the case, you know, basically connecting with each other, creating families, etc. But a lot of times they kind of fell into the whole light skin, you know, category. I think that's the same with like light skin historian. I think both of his parents are mulatto, right? And that's kind of the general case within the African American community. You see people where both of their parents are mulatto, and they just, you know, they're just, I'm just a light skinned black, even though I got white grandparents and stuff. You know, it's interesting. Yeah.
with dark skinned men feel weak, frail, and powerless, and they're power hungry. Okay, and you can tell this by looking at their communities, and so that's why they try to overcompensate for this quote unquote alpha male culture, this fake alpha male culture and persona, because they want to they've been conquered, they've been emasculated by white men, so they try to overcompensate by trying to be street thugs, and also because of they're obsessed with having sex with women, so that's what they do. Also, when you look at the quote unquote gang culture.
Yeah, the obsession, he said they're obsessed with having sex with women. Now, because they measure their masculinity by how many chicks they can smash, right? Now, you don't see that with other groups. Like, I'm sure there's white guys for sure that are like that as well, and Latino guys for sure. But then again, those type of guys, I'm pretty honest, pretty for certain, they're going to be acting more kind of within the African American kind of influence, you know, who have that type of mind. Like take for example the rock star Mick Jagger. He has a bunch of baby mamas around the planet. I think every continent, North America, South America, Europe, Asia. Like he has like a woman, he has a baby mama, literally, Mick Jagger. But what's his influence, his background? Blues, you know, black American blues, and like the rock and roll background. He's got some swag and stuff, you know, Mick Jagger. So yeah, we could kind of see where his influence comes from. So that's that behavior, you know. But I feel like the rank and file, like with the white guys, they're more competing in terms of military conquest, of business pursuit and commerce, controlling markets and industry. Same thing with Asian males and other groups. Yeah. But particularly when you analyze African American males, like a lot of them, I'm generalizing here. People won't like it. So what? I'm generalizing because these are my observations in this instance where they compete with each other and other males based off the chicks they can get, how many chicks they can get, right? How is it a thing you have a guy like a Flavor Flav or another rapper, Future, who has all these baby mamas. Like there's some type of pathology there that's not normal, you know. And there's other stories I saw that popped up on like my Twitter feed or whatever, just weird. Like there was a Blueface or one of these rappers who has, oh no, what it was the guy, I think Lightskin Historian shared it. It was the Kodak, or it was either Lightskin Historian or the other cat, Globe Light. It's Kodak, not Kodak Black, Michael Blackson. That's who it was. Michael Blackson. He got like two girls, two women pregnant at the same time. And one of them is biracial. The other girl is, I don't know what the hell she is. Um, but and that's like probably his third baby mama. That's what I'm saying. That's like his third baby mama. He's got like multiple baby mamas. See, that's how a lot of these guys, they compete with other guys, is how many like the chicks they can smash. And if you got the money, you could pay for it. All your illegitimate kids. I mean, you got Elon Musk doing the same shit. So okay, you know, you know, Elon Musk is like the world's richest man. You know, he's like paying women to have his kids. You know, when you're in that, you know, that's kind of what you see out here with these guys. But I feel like, yeah, with Elon Musk, that's kind of a unique outlier situation from my observation. I already mentioned Mick Jagger, but then again, who does he kind of act like? His influence, the music, etc. But then you look at these rappers, like I said, uh, Future, Michael Blackson, and then the other Flavor Flav, and there's a host of others. I don't know if it's Blueface or one of these other new rappers where it's like they got all these baby mamas. You're like, what? Like they're, because that's, they compete. That's how they measure their masculinity, is how many chicks they can get. But the same chicks they got with, they get, everyone else has access to them as well. Like there's nothing special about the women they're with. That's the kind of the hilarious part about it. But they're still measuring their masculinity based off being with these chicks. As long as you can pay and support for your family, that's a, you know, you might fund you know, college, you might create the next, you know, cancer researcher, they might provide a cure for cancer. I don't know. Hopefully that's the case. You're a rapper, you got some money, you put your money in the education of your offspring. I don't know. Some of these rappers, their kids are turned out all weird and shit. You look at Kanye West, he's got all this money. I think he's like a billionaire. One of his kids looks kind of weird. I don't know what the hell's going on with some of these people, man. And some people get into the conspiracies about the agenda and all this stuff. But you got all this money, man. Make sure you put your kids to school, man. And we need more scientists and doctors to cure cancer. So, I mean, you guys got that money, put it to work, whatever. Not my business. Let me continue on.
culture. How these dark skinned men, they like, I remember Vanguard said something like this about how they walk
He said, Vanguard said, shout out to you, bro. Yeah. Vanguard. That's what's up. Shout out to you.
all these dark skinned men, they like, I remember Vanguard said something like this about how they walk down the street and they go to the corner stores and they don't run them. They can't operate them. They're too dysfunctional. They see an Arab or a Chinese person wearing their hair and beauty supply stores, and they
Yeah, it's not normal, man. That's the thing, like with the biracial men, like guy like me, like we're, when we're in spaces that are dominated by black, it's not normal for us to be there. We tried it, we helped him out, we realized, okay, it's not our spot. Let's create our own spot. It's working out just fine. And that's the thing. I think with a lot of them, they're with the African American community, they're okay with having Arabs run their shit. I remember when I was in New York a few years back, actually. I was in New York a few years back, and I went into like a Chinese restaurant. I just wanted to buy something quick to eat. And I saw black people in there, and like the Chinese, I walked in there and just, I got a weird vibe from the person there. I wanted to order something. I got a really weird vibe from this Chinese person. And I walked out. I was like, screw that. And there's black people sitting there waiting to get their food. I think they've normalized being treated like dogs, but still paying for this greasy, like crappy food. Some of these environments in this country, when you examine, like this Chinese food spot, I'm not gonna give anyone my money and they're gonna look at me weird or try to act funny with me. Nah, I'm gonna take my money elsewhere. Fuck that. Make my own food. But I remember that to this day. And it wasn't just that Chinese spot. I walked in there, I just got a weird vibe, like they don't even want me in there, and I'm half black. And I saw a couple black people standing there waiting to get their food, and I was like, ah, this is weird. Let me get the fuck out. There's so many other options. Okay, New York, big city. But I think, yeah, a lot of black people are okay with that. People who don't like them, they're still going to give them their money. And there was an Arabic spot. I think it was like a hot dog stand or something like that. But they had like a storefront late at night. I got out the bar somewhere in Manhattan. I don't remember. It was a few years ago. And I wanted to buy something quick to eat. and it was like an Arabic guy, and there was a couple black people standing around, and just I just got a weird vibe from these people, man. Like you see like these immigrant communities, they're Arab or from China, wherever they're from. They set up shop. They're in a part of town. They have their consumer base is black, African American, and the black people stand around there and they give money to these people. And you can clearly look at the person working behind the counter. They're not happy to be there. They don't like you. And I got that vibe. I'm like, I'm out of here, bro. I'm not gonna spend my money with you people. Fuck out of here. It was so weird. I'm from California. Maybe that's it. I don't know. They condition you people to like give them money even though they hate you. That ain't me, bro. I'm not. That's not me. That's not how I do business. And that was, and I think you're gonna see that type of pathology around the country and other places. I actually had someone, a commenter, Mulatto from Paris, France, who said it's like the same dynamic out there. Because I mentioned this before on a stream or something. He was saying out in France and Paris is similar, where they'll do business with these people who don't even like them, and these Arabs who set up shop and stuff. I don't know, man. But they've normalized. I think it's normal. But the thing is, they don't run the business. They're just a consumer base that fuels that operation. And but they still want to hang out on the street corner and shit and act like they run shit. That's the hilarious part about it, you know. This is my block. You in my block, my territory. It's like, you know, all the businesses are Arab and shit and Asian, you know. Because I did a video as well because some punk ass Bantu tried to punk this mulatto dude. He was like a kid. He's like 17, high school student, but the mulatto knew jujitsu. So I tell all you guys, you better start to train jiu-jitsu. You better start to roll. Roll meaning you're on the mats, you're grappling. That's what we call in jiu-jitsu rolling. You're sparring, but wrestling, grappling. And you better start to train jiu-jitsu, man. And this kid did. He was a 17-year-old mulatto guy. I did a video. It's shout out to him, you know. And some Bantu tried to mess with him, but that's what I was saying. The Bantu thought he ran the damn spot, but then all the businesses were there were like Vietnamese, you know. But that's what they do. They park their car and right in front of the liquor store, probably owned by an Indian or a Korean, and they act like they fucking run the spot. But they're not even operating a legitimate business in the whole premises. That's the most disgusting part about it. But they trick these fools into thinking that like they run shit. You know, and you light skins get caught up because you just want to be just like them. I don't have those problems.
They can't run them because they're too dysfunctional. They want to feel powerful, but when they see that, they feel powerless. So what they go and do is they go sit in front of the liquor store, claiming this is their block because they feel powerless and they want to feel powerful. That's why they walk around talking about this is my block. This is this, that, and the third. This belongs to me. Because they everything that they do is for power and to overcompensate for the fact that they don't feel powerful. They can only use light-skinned people and mixed people to feel powerful.
And that right there, the latter part he said, I've been saying that it's the God honest truth. Like they need mixed people and light skinned people to feel like they have a sense of power because they can't run game on any other group. On Hispanics are running game on their ass in California and other places. Like they can't run in New York. I know it's different, the politics. A lot of Dominicans are figuring this out over there in New York, but in California, the Chicanos, Mexicans, a little different. Okay, the Bantus can't run game on them, and they try to do with Asians, but the thing is, like I said, they're more business savvy. They have more of a business operation. They might take a loss as far as like with sales and like what they call like loss prevention, or they some items get stolen or something like that. Take a loss, but the operations are still full in effect. They still generate income every day because they're consumer based. They have them as a consumer base. So there's no other group they can use to feel powerful. Sometimes, yeah, they'll use white women to feel powerful to compete with white men. That's what you see with them. But their supply, their kind of ego boost supply is historically they need mixed people who are black identified and light skins who are black identified to be in their group dealing with them. And they want to use you in order to get that ego boost, that power boost, because nobody else is going to deal with them. Everyone else is like, okay, you got to pay me, give me money, dance for me, sing for me. That's just how it is. It's only these light skins and mixed people who want to be black and black acceptance. That's their supply, their power supply is you guys. I've been saying this, so it's nothing new.
In grouping and out grouping you for being light skinned and mistreat you for being light skinned, that's for an ego boost and for them to feel powerful. Being able to dictate who you can date and who you can't date.
dictating, mate guarding, dictating who you can date and who you can't date, right? Where they'll say, "Oh, two light skins together, they don't look right. They look like brother and sister." That's what it is. Yeah, they dictate. And then even with the biracial discussion, they'll sit there and say, like they still talk about Sage Steele. Sage still has a white mom. She's not a part of your guys' shithole community. She's not a part of your group, but they'll still talk about her like, oh, well, she's married to a white guy. They'll try to, and the same thing with like any like mulatto, their preference. If she's with a white person, they hate that. See, they still try to dictate your dating and mating, right? And that's a form of control. That's a form of trying to get influence over you.
That makes them feel powerful. That's why they do these things. That's why they attack you, as because they know that you're a minority group and they can get away with it. But these dudes are competing with you. So
They're able to get away with it because the mulattoes aren't networking even with other groups and developing alliances. Let's be clear. Even the mulattoes themselves don't really have a lot of shit to get, working together as well. We can go into that more in the future. I mean, for me, what I got going on, but who the hell am I? I'm not special. I'm just a dude with some balls and a nasty attitude talking shit on the internet. That's it. But you guys listen, so shout out to you. And but more of you guys, I already know it. You guys are waking up every day. So it's working out according to plan. But yeah, how is it that they're getting away with it? It's because we allow them to. We don't call it out. But we are, surely but surely. Even shout out to Lightskin Historian, he's calling it out. Mulatto Mindset's calling it out. Other mulattoes are as well. So yeah.
we talk about how light skin in the first clip. You see how his dark skinned friends were hazing him for being light skinned. This is a common practice that darker skinned people do, the men and the women. But they do it to the women, to light skinned women as well. But it's always been towards light skinned men the most. But we're gonna see. Let's watch this clip.
They're getting at me for being light skinned. Yo, like my skin color has never been brought up so much in my life, and I've experienced racism.
In that accent, I can already tell within like a couple words uttered out of his mouth, this is like some Afro, like Latino type of guy or something. Like I don't know where this is in the East Coast or Miami or Florida or New York or something, like that's out east or something. I don't know, bro. This because that accent right there is too thick. So yeah, but this whole light skin shit, you want to be down with them, bro. Man, this is the cost you pay. They're gonna try to pull rank on your ass. You ain't really black like me. I'm Bantu from the hood, right?
Yeah. Before I even would say a word, light skin. They see me walking up. Oh, we don't like light skin niggas. Like straight up.
Don't get it twisted. These are light skin saying the next light skin.
Light skin women. You quicker than the sun in the daytime, dog. The jobs outside of the beach at 4 a.m. as soon as the sun comes up.
And that's what they want you to do. They want you to overcompensate and feel insecure about yourself because that's how they feel about themselves. It's just a manipulation tactic, and also it's to lower your social status to make you seem like you have no value to you.
Yep, to lower your social status, to make you to get free labor out of you. They want you to overcompensate, right? It's maneuvering you in a subordinate position. And you guys voluntarily do that as well, by the way. Well, I don't want them to call me colorist. I don't want them to call me anti-black. So I'll just be the light-skinned bitch amongst the dark-skinned Bantus. I don't have that problem. Call me what you want, but I don't have that problem. I'm not trying to be cool. You got to pay me or do something. You could dance for me, pay me. I'm not. I'm good. I'll be the bad guy. That's cool. I'm making it work for myself. Just have to strategize more. But yeah, I'm just saying I don't have those problems because I see some of these dudes here, they're still trying to be down, and it's just like, and they still have these these problems. This whole light skin thing, it's like, bro, you haven't figured it out yet, right? In the white community, they have nothing like that. The light skin, even like within a Hispanic group, Latinos, like I don't really hear this light skin, dark skin conversation, or maybe they don't publicize it on social media. But it's like this is like a specific African American thing. This light skin stuff. Like, man, figure it out, bro. They're letting you know you're not a part of their tribe. I don't know where you come to the mulattoes thinking like I'm gonna help your ass out. Like if you act like one of them, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you.
Okay, that's what they do in their community to lower your rank, to haze you. If you want to fit in with dark skinned people so bad, they're going to haze you nonstop. You have to.
Oh, look what we got here, man. I'm gonna drop the link for you. I want you to hop up here. Said I'm being divisive. I'm one of them lurkers. Let me just read the comment real quick. Let me finish it off. Bro, shut the fuck up. Stop speaking for the whole collective of us light-skinned people. You so damn divisive. Act like mulattoes are better than us light-skinned people. Nah, half of the mulattoes act like they're black. Like, what the hell are you talking about? So much better. I don't give a shit. But yeah, hop up here and let me know what you think. Because I don't know, staying in the comments and I don't know, because like you're a subscriber, right? So you're basically a fan, okay? So you watch my shit. And you commented a couple times before. You're like, you're sensitive. It's unfortunate with the stereotype. You light skin soft, you sensitive, right? Because whenever I make that distinction between light skin African American, a lot who act like Bantus, versus a mulatto who's grew up in the suburbs as a white mom, like we're not the same, right? And I make that distinction, and then like you get like kind of butthurt, if I want to say that, because you put a comment before. I seen that before. You put a comment. You're being divisive. What would divide? We're not the same. I'm the one. I'm the bad guy because I've been saying that from the beginning. I just gave you an example when I found the mixed spaces on YouTube earlier. I realized right away I gotta like lean into this mulatto shit and go like forward with this because you had in Val's in the chat, and she's mulatto, and it's like because you have these light skins who overcompensate to fit in with dark skinned Bantus. And then what the dark skinned Bantu did to the light skinned African American, they want to turn around and do that to biracial mulattoes. You have a man like me up here saying, fuck all of you. You're not going to run game and do that shit to me. We're not the same. I'll be the first guy to let you know. I'm a bad guy. I'm a racist. I'm divisive. That's cool. You're not going to fucking punk me. So the link is dropped. You want to hop up here and explain it? I don't even give a shit, bro. You're a fan. You're a sub to me. I don't know. Do you make content? I don't care. Let me continue on.
Understand this. So in order to not deal with this, you have to go and connect with other mixed and light skinned people, or make sure you have mixed and light skinned dudes with you when you hang around dark skinned people or any other group of people.
I'm gonna get dark one way or another.
And don't be a.
And it's unfortunate because it lives up to that, like the stereotype, right? Of being sensitive, But like you want to act like a Bantu, That's the issue. You came on my post running your mouth on one of my pics I posted. I don't know what post you're talking about. I'm not sure. I came on your post running my mouth on my pics. I don't know. I don't remember, bro. Maybe I did or I didn't. I don't know. Maybe you can like refresh my memory because I don't think I commented on one of your community posts or one of your videos or something. I don't know. I don't even think I'm subscribed to you, bro. Let me check real quick. Let me see. Let's nip this in the bud right here. Because I'm being divisive. How can I? We're not even the same. How am I dividing anything? We're not the same, bro. Like it's nature. So let's see. Let me check your profile out. Okay, I'm not subscribed. Okay, which I'm not surprised because you're pro dark skin Bantu. And you said I comment on a post. Was it the Umar? You have a Umar. Oh, I liked your post. You have a Umar post. Let me see. I see Pariah over there. Shout out to Pariah. You said I commented on a pic or something. Or yeah. I don't know what pic you're talking about, bro. Because I did like one of your posts. Is the one you tagged me in or something? Did you tag me? Because the post that I liked right here on your page, you have Dr. Umar. And I did like your post. I don't know if you tagged me or how I saw this, but I don't see any comments that I put here. Oh, I did have a comment. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read it. It says, light skins be bitches to dark skinned Bantus, though. They feel sorry for the dark ones. Pity. My words. Let me pull it up because, yeah, and you liked my fucking comment. What are you crying about, bro? Let me do a quick segue into this shit. Why the hell are you crying right now when you liked my fucking comment? And you're saying my comment's out of bounds. That is some weird shit, man. What you, the Golden Nation? Golden Nation. You finna act like the dark skinned Bantu. Let me see. Because I did like this post here. It's your channel right here. That time Dr. Umar Johnson revealed his true colors. And someone put here, racist is F towards light skins indeed. And I put a comment right here. Light skins be bitches to dark skinned Bantus, though. That was 2 days ago. Damn. I don't know. Maybe I was pissed off at that moment. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me zoom it in. Maybe I was not having a good day. I don't know. Every day's a good day for me. I don't know. I put someone put racist F towards light skin Bantu or light skins indeed. And I put light skins be bitches to dark skin Bantus though. They feel sorry for the dark ones. Mulatto Vanguard, they're colorist. Okay. What the fuck you can do about it? And then you replied and said, not all light skinned people. Stop speaking for the whole damn collective. Some of these mulattoes be the same way. I agree with you 100%, bro. I just said that. A lot of these mulattas. Yeah. You got some of them, they got a TikTok live right now, basically throwing every goddamn mulatto under the bus, caping for black people. Yeah, that's a common reoccurring theme when you have these discussions. You're always going to have the black identified cry racials and the light skinned saviors caping for the community. That's a common theme, of course. And I always publicly say that. I never said that mulattoes are better or something. We're not the same. And you guys are upset and sensitive about that. When I say we're not the same, we're not. Clearly, value system is different. Like, I'm not trying to win brownie points with the community. Like, we're not the same, bro. Same way dark skins, yeah, the dudes. That's why Kwame Brown said what he said a couple years ago about making y'all crash dummies. Facts. But bro, you liked my comment, bro. It's right. The proof is right there for the public to see. Like, you like, so I don't understand, like, why are you jumping over here crying? I don't fucking know you, homie. Like, this dude says he's not even light skinned. That's one of them in the middle. You talk just like a white boy and get offended when you get called light skinned because that's too close to black. Okay, so it's just a troll account. Like, we already know. Okay, let's just move on. We already know what it is. It's that black shit. Okay, we should know by now. We've been doing this long enough, guys. Okay, whatever. You're a fan. You can just stay in the comments. It's all good, homie. No shade. Let me continue on with what we got going on here.
A mark or a punk either.
No such street, did I miss something here? What? They ain't winning no more. That's crazy. That's how done. Stop for the light skins. I was like, no, listen, girl, this is.
See, he's competing with you. That's their whole. That's why they do this. All right.
The thing is they compete with you, but a lot of guys, they, like you said, even Mulatto Mindset said in the video I shared earlier, where he said he didn't even know until like 3 years ago that they're competing with you. I had to figure that out as well. Until like with this, the examining this material and the social media, the trends and everything, the commentary, I'm like, holy shit. Like, we see the strategy, their behavior, like, oh, they're actually competing with us in the marketplace. And we think they're our quote unquote brothers and sisters and people and stuff. We're like, damn, they're competing with us. It's a harsh reality, but when you understand that, it's also liberating at the same time, because then you develop a kind of newfound purpose. You're like, okay, yeah,
Right? You are the standard, and they are not. They're not even the real preference for women. You are, so they have to lower your social status, man. I'm trying to tell you, they're competing with you. That's why they hate when light-skinned people get attention. You know, they hate when y'all get confidence. They hate when y'all date each other, because it's going to give y'all a sense of identity, and you're going to realize you don't need them.
boom. I wish I had like a sound effect for like an explosion or something, because that's it. It's like once you start dating with each other, you start dating each other, you develop a sense of identity, then you realize you don't need them. Like, he's hitting all the points. He's actualizing everything. That's the key thing with that community cohesion. That's it. That's it. It goes just like that as well. He's speaking that into existence. You start dating each other, you start developing your own identity, you realize you don't need them. Boom, 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 boom. That's literally how it plays out. He hit all the points.
You have to do your own thing, man.
And she's like, you guys are out of style, though.
Yeah, y'all are done though.
I was like, Miss, I've never felt out of style.
Why do we do this to each other? We all one beautiful thing here.
They got to gaslight you and make you seem like you're out of style. Notice he said a she. It's probably a dark-skinned female because they operate on one code, man. I'm telling
Yeah, that's the Bantu hive mindset. Yeah, they operate on the same code. Yeah. Yep.
you. They operate on one code.
Because they go in with each other to defend their quote unquote, or to fight against their quote unquote ops. Oh yeah, that's why all the FBA, Pan African, Divester, Manosphere, all that shit gets like pushed to the side. All their grievances, they click up like Voltron to attack the mulatto. And you guys are starting to notice as well.
Dark-skinned men and dark-skinned women, they operate on one code. They got to humble you to make you a lame in the group. They got to do all this stuff and try to convince other people that you ain't really about nothing so they can elevate themselves.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you definitely see that within a work environment where the Anglos, they'll throw your ass under the bus and try to position themselves, be more trustworthy to Massa. I'm more loyal to you, Massa. I'm better. That light skin, he's confused. He's biracial. He's confused. He's a mutt. You can't trust him. He got anger issues. He got identity issues. That's what they do in modern times. Don't let these old ass mulattoes fucking fool you and trick you. You see these people. I mean, they're even going to probably invite her up on one of these panels on Tick Thought. They're using the word mulatto now because the younger people are using it. So now the old heads, they're trying to police your speech and shit. It's hilarious. And I mean, there's older mulattoes who I love and respect who have dedicated and done so much. Like I said, Flowers Telling Stewart's probably one of the best ones, is the best one in my opinion out here. And then you got like Abby NYC, and then there's a lot of you. I apologize if I didn't mention your name, but like there's a lot of like older mulattoes, like 50 plus years old who are dedicated and proud, and they like help, like I guess you can say they kind of advocate for younger people having a space and stuff like that. But yeah, there's some of these people, they're way out of bounds. They're trying to police our speech. Like there's particularly this person I'm seeing on TikTok that's already kind of got bumped heads with some other mulattoes, and like then now they're like proud mulattoes, like out of nowhere, really. And then now they're trying to police everyone's speech, and there's a lot of anti-blackness in mulatto spaces. Like, who the fuck are you people, man? You barely started calling yourself a mulatto last month. I've been up here talking shit for 3 fucking years, and I'm not going anywhere. It's just funny to see that just pop, they just pop up out of nowhere, like they're mulatto now. Really? With your black baby daddy, you're okay, cool, yeah, got it.
Like, that was the craziest part of the trip. I realized, I sat back, I'm like, yo, the only people here that are hating on me are black people. But the white girls are showing me love. The Persian girls are showing me love. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, the Persian girls are showing you love. Damn, you winning. You winning. White girls show you love, who cares? They show everyone love. But the Persian girls are showing you love. That's a flex, I'm not gonna lie. So you put right here, look at the Igbo woman on my page. Cool, good for you. Shout out to you, Val. Appreciate you. That's it, guys. I guess I upset one guy. One guy's not a happy camper. Hopefully that can, be solved or whatever. We're not the same. African American people who are lighter skin, light skin, black, whatever, and then mulatto or biracial, we're not the same. I've been saying that from day one. So you're calling it divisive or whatever, but it's like you guys want to combine us together. It's against nature, where we don't have to share the same culture. We don't share the same value system. We don't share the same vision or path. This is nothing new with me, my operation. Like, you watch my videos, like this is like, I don't know, but you guys find me, and I guess some of you find me as a source of inspiration or something, or you're upset because I lay this distinction, this clear distinction, like we're not the same, and the problems continue to happen because you can pretend like we are the same. We're not. So this whole divisive stuff, I don't really care, bro. Just go try it somewhere else, okay? It's just old news. That's all I got to share with you guys. Again, shout out to Mulatto Mindset, and then shout out to Lightskin Historian. I really appreciate what you guys are contributing to this discussion. And the whole thing is with the whole light skin African American thing, there's a lot of overlap with this biracial discussion. As I told the guy who was in the chat who's crying about me, it's like I never said mulattoes are better than light skinned African Americans. That's his interpretation because he's kind of sensitive. That's his fault. That's on him, you know. Um, what I'm saying is that we're not the same, but there's overlap because the same methods that are being used on lighter skinned African Americans, the same tactics are being used against biracials, against mulattoes. And I publicly say all the time, like half of these mulattoes, they still think they're black. They got a white mama or a white daddy. There's a video I saw of some guy in the UK. He's got a white daddy, black mama. He thinks he's black. It's like you see that across the board, you know, like these mulattoes, these biracials, they think they're black, you know, and so I clown them just as much as anyone else. But that's, yeah, let me read this one comment and get out of here. Black people want to rule light skinned people standing with white people. They want to be the lapdog they think we are. Better handouts given when that's the case. And handouts are their bread and butter. Damn. Interesting point. Shout out to you guys. I hope you guys found some value in my content. My whole purpose here is to spread awareness. And basically, I think I'm very successful at doing that. If you guys like the content, hit the like button. Check out my Patreon page and follow me on my socials. And catch you guys next time. Peace out.